Okay, we're all set.
Okay. Could I ask everyone to please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you very much. Call a meeting to order. And could we have the roll call?
Mayor McNulty Ryan,
Present.
Executive Assistant Maggie Alex,
Present.
Trustee Files,
Present.
Trustee Jones,
Present.
Trustee McGivern,
Present.
Trustee Vieira absent.
She's in the meeting room, Mag. Or the
I
waiting room.
I don't see her quite yet. Okay.
She's here.
She's
She's
here.
coming.
Okay, Trustee Lyota,
Present.
Trustee Carwheel,
Present.
and Attorney Legnard.
Present.
I see Sheila now. Sheila, if you can hear me, say here.
Present.
Yes. Thank you. Everyone's present and accounted for.
Okay.
We have no public forum because we have no public tonight. Next on the agenda is the approval of the minutes from our regular meeting on 12/19/22 and 1/5/23. Everyone has a copy. Does anyone have any corrections?
Not that I saw, nope.
If not, may I have a motion to approve the minutes?
I make the motion.
Second.
Rachel and Rick, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? And it's carried. Next is communications. We have a letter from Chris Carwheel. Ann, do you want to read that?
Yes. The letter is addressed to Chairperson Swinton. Please accept this letter as my official resignation from the Green Island Planning Board. I am grateful to have had the opportunity to serve as a board member for the last 8 years. In that time, I've enjoyed being a deciding part of the growth and development of our community. As a resident, I'm excited about our future, and I know that the remaining members of this board will make the best decisions on our behalf. Sincerely, Christopher Carwheel.
And the only reason Chris had to resign was he came on our board, so it's a conflict if he's on the both. Can I have a motion to accept Chris's resignation from the planning board?
I'll make the motion.
I'll second it.
Rachel and Gary.
Yep. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? And it's carried. Next on the agenda is the approval of claims. Everyone has a copy. I think Maggie wants to make a comment on.
Yes, I wanted to make one comment on the sewer abstract. You'll see that there is a large invoice, $74,720 for Emens. We had a pump failure at our big pump station on Center Street. We are going to transfer, we don't have enough money in the sewer fund to pay that invoice. So we're going to transfer funds from the general fund to the sewer fund, and we did file an insurance claim. So once that insurance money comes in, then we will reimburse the general fund. So I just wanted to make sure that everyone was aware of that happening.
Will it be for the full amount, Maggie?
We hope so. We've
Good.
submitted all invoices for materials and labor, and we're anticipating it to be the full amount, but we don't have that number yet.
Okay.
And the full bill was over 85,000 for all of the repairs and replacements. So we're only transferring enough for this big bill. The other bills have been paid.
Okay.
Any other questions on anything? If not, could I have a motion to pay the bills?
I'll make a motion to pay the bills.
Joe? And Rick, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? And it's carried. Next is consideration of the police activity report for the month of December 2022. Everyone has a copy. Could I have a motion to accept?
I'll make the motion.
I'll second.
Okay, we got Rick and Joe. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? And it's carried. Next is consideration of the fire department report for the month of December 2022. Everyone has a copy. Could I have a motion to accept?
I'll make the motion.
Chris?
Second.
I don't know who the second was.
All I got was Chris.
Sheila.
Sheila, okay.
All right.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? And it's carried. Next is consideration of the monthly report of the treasurer. Everyone has a copy, and Michelle is here, so if anyone has any questions, I'm sure she'd be happy to answer them. No questions? Could I have a motion to accept the treasurer's report?
I'll make a motion.
Rick and Joe?
Sure. Next is the monthly report of the Parking Violations Bureau. Everyone has a copy. Could I have a motion to accept?
I'll make the motion.
That was Gary. That was Chris seconding. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? And it's carried. Next is consideration of the annual report from the Fire and Building Inspector. Everyone has a copy. May I have a motion to accept?
I'll make a motion.
Joe?
Second.
Rick? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? And it's carried. Next is consideration of the annual report from the Section 8 Administrator. Everyone has a copy. Could I have a motion to accept?
I'll make the motion.
Joe and Chris? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? And it's carried. Next is certification of the list of unpaid taxes by the Board of Trustees for 2022, 2023. Everyone has a copy. Maggie, do you want to make any comment on this, or?
No, this is generally pretty routine. This is everything that was unpaid and re-levied to the county for collection.
Could I have a motion for the certification of the list?
I'll make the motion.
Rick and Gary, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? And it's carried. Next is consideration of the renewal of the lease between the village and the town of Green Island for 2023. It's our annual renewal. There's been no increase. It remains at $1,000 plus the town pays the gas bill, natural gas bill. Could I have a motion?
Make a motion.
Joe
Second.
Yes.
and Gary, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? And it's carried. Next is consideration of the renewal of the lease agreement between the Village of Green Island and the Green Island Power Authority for 2023. It's the same as last year. Their rent payment is $700 a month, and they pay the electric bill for the building. May I have a motion to renew the lease?
I'll make the motion.
I'll second
I don't know if it was Rick or Gary, you both.
the draw.
Give it to Gary.
Okay, Gary. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? And it's carried. Next is consideration of the municipal service agreement between the Village of Green Island and the Green Island Senior Citizens. This is our annual renewal, and there's no increase in it. Could I have a motion?
I'll make a motion.
Joe,
I'll second it.
Gary, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? And it's carried. Next is consideration of transfer of ownership from Cannon Street from Cannon Realty LLC to the Village of Green Island. Maggie, you want to comment?
Yes, we're asking the board to consider transferring Cannon Street, which is the road where the new development, where the 12 row houses were built, that section of Cannon Street, to have that transferred to Cannon Realty to the Village of Green Island, contingent upon receiving all the appropriate paperwork. And that would include clear title approved by the council showing that there's no liens or encumbrances. So if we do get that in the short term here, we'd like to record that deed. And if not, we will return all documentation back to Cannon Realty.
When they bought all that property from the railroad, the street was included in it, and we can't plow the street until we take ownership of the street. So we need to get this done, and we've been trying, but we're just missing a couple documents. And our legal counsel wants to make sure we do everything right. So we'd like to get approval tonight upon receiving the proper certifications from them. Anyone have any questions? If not, could I have a motion?
I'll make the
I'll
motion.
I'll
Rachel?
second.
I'll second it.
Okay, I don't know who seconded.
Was Gary?
And I'll know.
Not really.
Oh,
Yeah, I know Gary was one of them, so that's good.
I have Rachel and Gary.
Yep.
Oh.
Next is, make sure I didn't miss something. On other business, we have an opening on our zoning board. We did our annual meeting and we still had an opening on there, and we've asked, well, I call her Tammy. She's Tamara Maloney. She's Tamara Brannigan Maloney, to join it. She's been interested in getting involved in some things in the village, and I thought it would be a good place for her to start. So I think she's anxious. So I don't know if anyone has any questions. If not, could I have a motion to appoint Tammy to the zoning board?
I'll make the
Zoning Board of
motion.
Appeals.
Look
I'll
like-
make the motion.
I'll second.
Rachel and Rick, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? And it's carried. Board forum. I don't have anything for you because I got COVID head. So if anybody wants to talk about anything, let me know.
Ellen, I
I
have a question, actually, about St. Joseph's Church.
Yep,
That's still for sale, correct?
I don't believe so.
Okay, so because the lights have been on numerous times over the last week or so, and there's people in there singing as they were doing before. I was just wondering, there's been lights on in the cellar, there's been lights on the first floor. I was just curious as to who was using it, or,
Mag, you want to comment?
Sure, it was purchased, and I don't have all that many details at this point, other than it was purchased by a congregation that's currently located in Albany. But I do, we're working right now to schedule a meeting with them, to meet them in person, to see what their intentions are for the building, and to express some concerns we have with the building with them as early as next week.
I don't think they're bothering anybody. It was just, I saw lights on and it's like, there hasn't been for a long time, and I'm hearing this music. I'm saying, all right, where's this music come from? And it's coming from across the street.
Right.
So,
We
I
hadn't
was-
received any notification that the building was sold. We kind of heard about it that it was, and Maggie, did a little investigation and found out that it was sold. But there are some code issues going on over there that have to be addressed. So,
yeah.
but we don't want to Zoom with them. We'd like to meet them in person. So, and hopefully we'll be able to do that next week.
Okay, good. Okay, thank you.
Any other questions?
Yes. Michelle Bushbaugh said that the sewer, it cost us 85,000. Where's the other 10,000 in the abstract?
They're not on,
Yeah.
Michelle's muted, but they're not on this month's. They've been paid.
They were paid
This is-
previous.
Yeah, they
Sorry,
were
Meg.
paid previously. This has been going on for of several months at this point. There was a back order of the new pump. It's probably 10, 12 weeks lag. So we're looking at this happen. I'd have to pull up the
September?
exact date, but it happened back in the fall.
Yeah, September, October is when it first started.
So the other bills have already been paid, but when the
Right.
big bill came in, we don't have the money in the sewer fund to do that.
For that one big bill.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Anybody else? If there's nothing else, our next meeting again will be on a Tuesday because we have a holiday next month. So it will be Tuesday, February 21st at 6:20. And hopefully we'll be meeting in person. Can I have a motion to adjourn?
I'll make the motion.
Okay.
Rachel and Joe, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? And it's carried. Thank you very much, everybody. And sorry everybody had to change their